Hi and welcome to today's video where I've got all my purchases that I've made in the last 3 months for beauty except for fragrances. So I'm trying to get them here together in some sort of order, and I have quite a lot to get through. So I'm just going to speed through them. I won't be doing any reviews at this point, but if you want any reviews, let me know. So I did buy quite a lot of base or foundation products, so I shall go through them here. This one is the L'Oreal Infallible, and it's the Pro Glow. Now this has never been released to drugstores or stores in the UK, but it is exclusively available, certainly in the last couple of years, through Amazon. This is quite a light foundation in terms of texture, and it does leave quite a sheer finish on the skin. It's in shade 202, which is the second lightest, and it is a true beige. So that's one that I have just tested on the skin lightly, and it seems to be quite a lovely finish, but I have yet to use it. I picked up from TKMaxx some more Misha number 21, which is a BB cream from Korea. I actually picked up 3 of these, and these are the full size. I did get online a miniature by accident. I thought it was going to be a full size, but this was only £8.99, and normally they retail somewhere between £15 and £17 plus shipping, so that was quite a bargain. So I now have 3 large ones and a small one. I also wanted to try out some products from Yensa, which is an American brand with the owner is and founder is a woman of Chinese heritage, and she has put some Chinese herbal ingredients into this that are supposedly skin loving, and these are made in Korea. So I would say they're quite similar to the typical CC creams, BB creams from Korea, and quite like the the cosmetics version, except this is a bit runnier. I do enjoy this, and this is solely retailed in the UK. Its official supplier is QVC, as is in America, but you can also buy it online from their store in America, but not in the UK. So yeah, this is the SPF 42. It's a BB, CC and full cover foundation. I wouldn't say it's full cover, I'd say it is a medium, but it's lovely and creamy and moisturising. The foundation is very similar, but without the SPF. So they're quite expensive. With postage and packaging, they retail for around £42. With some of the shades, you can actually get a brush with them, but not with a light neutral. So the light neutral, as you can see here, and let me just see where it is here. Is it going to show? There it is, light neutral. Don't come in a kit, they're just sold individually. From Boots, I got the Boots number 7 Lift and Illuminate SPF 15. So this is a triple serum foundation, and it is more for dry skin, mature skin. So I got this on offer. It's £20.50, but there was a coupon in store where you got £10 off any purchase of number 7 that were over £20. So I got this for £10.50, which is very good. I've tested it on my hand, but yet to wear it. And then I picked up another one of the Bobbi Brown Serum Foundation, SPF 40. This has been relabelled in that the previous one I picked up earlier on this year had Bobbi Brown written in white writing and the crest in gold, and they've just switched it round. So this is the current presentation. I got this for £22 from ASOS because they were discontinuing the Porcelain, which is shade number 2. What I will say, it's a bit too yellow for me, but I'm mixing it with the lightest one, which is Alabaster, which I purchased earlier on in the year, and then it is a better coverage. But what I will say, this foundation is beautiful on the skin, particularly for mature skin, I would say. So I think they are all the foundations that I've got. Then I think the next thing to go on to would be finishing powders. Now I do have some that I like. I do like the Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder. I also like the Laura Mercier powder. Now, this is a lighter powder for finishing. It does have talc in, but this one has been discontinued by Givenchy. Is the Prism Libre, and what they have done is introduced a new one that's talc free. That's created a lot of controversy because it doesn't perform in the same way. So I prefer finishing powders with talc. So I'd always meant to try this out, but obviously what spurred it on for me is when I realised that this has been discontinued. So I went to a brand online that, because all the regular stores that sell Givenchy had actually gone over to the new formula because the packaging is slightly different. So I had to hunt online and found a company called Hoggies, and they sell a lot of high-end premier brands that are either overstock or are discontinuing ranges. So I was able to pick this up for I think around £38, and I picked up another item to get it over the £40 spend for free postage and packaging. But it is the Prism Libre by Givenchy, and this one is I'm using this one at the moment. It is shade number 2, which is satin blanc. So I tried it, I was very, very impressed, and so I thought, well, I'll buy some more. So I went back online and picked up another one. I'll show you this one. So it has a sifter. Basically, you invert it with some powder there. It's got different covers, 4 different colours. This is the second lightest. The lightest one is just got colour correctors in, white, purple, green and blue. And you invert it once. It fills up the container, and then you use a powder or a puff to finish your put on your face. I then went back and picked up another one. Both of these were boxed, and I picked up this. This was slightly different because it's a limited edition. It was a Christmas one, I believe, or a special edition, and this is in the same shade but a different number. It's called number 5, and that's because they labelled them in the order they were introduced, but not in the gradient of colour. So basically they added extra shades and went from the lightest to darkness, with the colour corrector being number 1. This is the lightest coloured one at number 2, but it was originally number 5. So I know this is old stock because it has number 5 on it. But it's a beautiful container. I paid £45 for that, which is basically its full retail price. I then went on to eBay and I picked this up. It's unboxed. It was new. It was sealed, and basically this was £15. You can tell it's the older one because it has a matte finish. It's got like bumps like pebble leather. This is a limited edition. On the outer side it's silver. I think they normally like that, but basically once you open it up, it comes with a puff, which I haven't used, but I do have that. It's a very nice one. So this was £15. It looks to be the original formula. Now, since people have tried out the new one, there's a lot of people saying they don't like it for various reasons, and when I've looked online, it seems to be the new variant in the stores are being reduced from £52 down to £39, and there are various YouTubers saying that Givenchy have recalled and are pulling these finishing powders. I don't know whether they'll return to this formula. I don't really know, but I'm glad I have 3. So these are available. If you look, you need to look at the differences between the new and the old and decide which one you want. I'd say look at some reviews. I also picked up very recently a hourglass veil. So it's a finishing veil, it's finishing powder, and this is for setting purposes. They do have lots of finishing powder that have crushed pearl. This is more of a standard setting or finishing powder. This is a travel size at 2 gram. I don't think this is talc because of the size, because talc is quite heavy, but I think this is a mica one, and some sort of silicates in. So basically this is not my preferred formula. I'll speak to it in another video, but basically This is probably very similar to the new version of the Givenchy Prisme Libre, and I'm sure it's very similar to the first one of its kind that I was aware of or tried was Makeup Forever HD powder, which I really didn't like. But I want to give this a try, and the reason I picked this up, I got this, this is from the Cult Beauty Advent Calendar, which I didn't buy, but online on eBay, I was looking for sellers that had split up the calendar, and you can tell by looking at a component and seeing what else the person is selling. And so they had everything basically from the Cult Beauty calendar and from other calendars. So I didn't want them to buy the Cult Beauty at £235, or even with a discount, it's still not what I wanted. So I thought I'd pick this up for £9. It's worth £21 at full retail value. So I thought that was great to do, so I can use that at my own leisure and see if I like it, because I wanted to try that powder up. Whilst I'm talking about eBay, on the same seller, I actually picked up this Paula's Choice Retinol 1% from the Cult Beauty Advent Calendar. So I knew it's new stock. I put the date I acquired it, September 24. So this is a very strong, it is a clinical grade, lower end clinical grade of retinol, so it's very, very strong. I wouldn't recommend, I'm quite surprised that it's in an advent calendar, because it could burn the skin. Now I am on 1%, but it took me some years to titrate up to this, so I'm not sure many people will use this, but I managed to get this for £20 including postage, and the other was £9 including postage. And yeah, I was very, very pleased, because this retails at £61, though generally I buy Paula's Choice at a discount in stores, online with a discount code. Now, other items that I've picked up, I picked up a Milani setting spray, because Nikki LaRose, who's a makeup artist with a YouTube channel, said this is one of her favourites, and it's somewhat, and other people have said it's comparable to the Charlotte Tilbury, which she also likes. So I haven't tried the Charlotte Tilbury, but I'll give it a go. It's supposed to really lock in makeup. I also picked up in the last couple of weeks a Morphe continuous setting spray. I like the idea, one, that it's a continuous mist, so it doesn't splutter out, which most do, and it's a fine mist, and also it's supposed to be really good at setting and locking down makeup. So we shall see. So this is the full size at £18. That's what it cost me, but there is a jumbo size, which this is around 85ml. The jumbo is 200, and it's only £10 more at 28, but I didn't want to buy a full size, a jumbo, if I didn't like it, so I've got that to try. Moving on, I'll show you other makeup items that I have. I picked up from, well, I'll actually go on to brushes. I've got a brush from TKMaxx. It's the Real Techniques and powder brush number, I don't know what number it is, but I have got one of these in blue, and it's lovely, and this was only £4, so what a bargain. So I picked that up. I picked up another foundation, a flat brush. I think it was about £4 or £5 from TKMaxx. Not so great, but it is for painting foundation on. I also picked up this caddy from TKMaxx for £8, and it's acrylic. Now this one is the white with gold glitter in. There was a pink, a soft pink, and I got a green. And they've all got high translucency, but it's really strong. It fits all my daily makeup in. Now, what I will say is, well, it's one component. The one I had previously from TKMaxx had things slotted together, and it started falling apart. I think this is quite robust and really good value for money, and it's available. It should still be available, because I got it very recently. I picked up from Trini London an eyeshadow, and it's the metallic. It's in a little pot. This was £10, reduced from 18. I don't know if it's long-term reduction, whether they're discontinuing, or whether it was just like a summer sale, but it's like a copper, and I use this as a topper because I'm using a lot of matte eyeshadows, and it's great to put this on the centre of the eye just as a bit of pop. I also got free with Trini London a cream. Now, I think because I didn't buy many products, there was, and not a lot of value, that the postage was under £3, which I thought was really, really good. Well, I mean, obviously if you pay more for items, you do eventually hit the threshold for free delivery. I then picked up from TKMaxx another brand I've never heard of. It says Deborah Milano. So this is from Italy. It's made in Italy, and it is normally retailed, I think, around £10 value. I paid £4.99, and this is very reminiscent in terms of its texture and performance to the Laura Mercier pressed blushes in Ginger. And you get an awful, look how much you get for that, but it's very, very similar. It's a bit more terracotta than it's showing, but it is a peachy blush. It looks absolutely lovely, and I will try that when I've used up some more of my current ones that's in rotation. I treated myself in the last month to RMS Beauty. I've not had any items by them before, and this is their blush, and it is one of the extension shades, so it's a new shade, and it's in Crystal Slipper. So it's 7 gram, which is quite a lot. And I got this in the Cult Beauty, one of their sales where they had 20% off site-wise. And I picked this up. This is the full component. And the blushes all have red RMS, so you can know it's a blush. The bronzers have a brown RMS. So you won't know the shade if you've got loads of shades, but you'll be able to differentiate between, in the packaging, between the bronzer and the blush, because they all come in this is a heavy white component. Now you can buy refill, and all you do is you pop out from there, press upwards, and this lifts. But this is a beautiful peachy blush. It's a nude peach, but it does have a bit of pink because there is some, it's highly reflective. It's not too sparkly, but I'll put it on, I'll get a bit and put it on for you. There, I've only put a little bit there, that's the colour. So it's a peachy nude. You can build it up from very, very light to quite intense. So I thought I'd treat myself to that, but I said I'd use it once I finished 2 blushes up. I'm in the process of doing that at the moment. That was around £24, so I got a good reduction on that one. I've then picked up, this is from Yves Saint Laurent, and I got that from Hoggies online when I got the finishing powders, and that is an overnight balm for the lips. So I do like a balm. It's pink. It's the same as the lip glosses. It tells you what it is. It's pink, and it has a smell of peach. It's a bit artificial, but nevertheless, not too bad. I don't mind that. From TKMaxx, I picked up a KVD Beauty Dazzle Stick, and this is in a discontinued colour. It's like a titanium sort of silvery shade. Now it doesn't look that impressive here, just like a metallic swipe, but in low light levels, in iridescent lighting of an evening, it doesn't look like a blob of metal. It looks more iridescent, like sparkles on the eye, a slight grey sparkle. So it does look quite enchanting in the right light. This was discontinued, and I got paid £5 for that at TKMaxx. I was interested in the green one, but when I tested that in incandescent light, it really didn't do anything. I did swipe it on my hand, and then it wasn't as spectacular as this greyish one. Also, I picked up online, I got an order of a few things, including this Colour Riche from L'Oreal in 643, and it's hot IRL, hot in real life, I think it means. And this is a taupey shade, which I really love. It's a discontinued, I think it's discontinued a couple of years ago, but it's a shiny lipstick. But I do love those sorts of cool shades. And a taupe, and there's another taupe by Kat Von D I got from TKMaxx, and this is very, very similar in shade, and it goes on quite glossy, but then it settles down and becomes a matte, and then you get mauve tones going in. So it does change its colour. It's like a colour changing one. Still beautiful. I've used, can you see, I've used quite a bit since I've got it, and it's going to be lovely. These two are going to be lovely for autumn and winter. Also at TKMaxx, I picked up an item from a company I've never heard of before, BGGTH of Italy, and the shade is 106. I don't think they're sold officially in this country, but they must have been sourced from TKMaxx, and it says bad girls go to heaven. It has information on the shade. I'm not sure if it's going to pick it up. It depends whether it's going to lock in. I don't think it is, but the shade appears to be Icon, I think it is, the Icon. And it is a soft cream. It's looking a bit pinkier. It is more of a warmer coral, a satin coral. So that should be quite shiny on the lips. And what I do like, it's another one of those that's got a magnetic top. It's not very heavy, the component, but it does have magnetics. From Superdrug, I picked up a couple of these L'Oreal Infallible eyeliner. So I would use that in the waterline, in the lower lash. I also picked up another product I'm using at the moment, which is an eyebrow pencil from Essence. So I got 3 for 2, so one of these 2 were free. I also picked up from Garnier a rose water micellar, and this is a massive one, 750ml, and it was on sale for around £6, which is great. What else? From TKMaxx I picked up a Pixie Hydrating Milky Makeup Remover for £7.99 instead of £24. So I'll open that next once I've used my current micellar. I then got a beauty blender in a little container, I think from last Christmas, and it was £7.99. I really don't know what Beauty Blender are doing, whether they are remaining in the UK market, but I must admit I do like their sponges. So in case they are pulling out, I want to, you know, make sure I have some. I'm using this one at the moment, so I've only got the package. It's Lash Paradise, which is a primer, a white primer that you use on your lashes before mascara. I don't think it's very good. It reminds me of the, is it Sky High from Maybelline? I think the formula are very much the same. I don't rate either of them, but L'Oreal in recent years acquired Maybelline, I think, but certainly they're now under the same brand, and so it doesn't surprise me that formulas may be the same. But this Lash Paradise I don't think is very good, but I'm continuing to use it. I recently bought a They're Real magnetic mascara because I had a full size in an advent calendar and I lost it. Bought this, then I found it. So the full size is older than this, so I'm going to use that. If I don't like it, I'll pass this on. If I do like it, then I can use this. And then I also have the Exaggerize mascara from Charlotte Tilbury, which I featured in a short and in a video. I'm not using it at the moment because I want to finish off one from Estee Lauder, and then this will be nice and I can use it over the festive period. But I think it's lovely and luxurious. It's back to how this would have been in the olden days in glass, so really pleased with that. And then I've got a Dr. Lip set because I got one of these in a beauty box a while ago. I'm using it at the moment, it's wonderful. So I managed to pick up these 2 sets in clearance, worth £18 each. I got them for around £6, I think, £6 or £7. So these are lovely. Quite similar to this is the Dr. Pawpaw, but I don't use them because they've got aloe vera, and that tends to burn my skin, particularly if it's in a product that's going to remain on the skin. So I'm glad I've got those, and I really should have tried them years ago because they're so good. And then I've got a couple of other random things. I've got 2 nail polishes, Sally Hansen Pure in black. I got online, this one I picked up from TKMaxx is an Essie for £3.99. It's a khaki. I then got a gift with purchase. It's just, I think it's a Maybelline Baby Lips or something, which Mr. Bear will have. I've got a Sally Hansen Insta-Dry top coat. I always like to have a spare in because although I'm using one, it can turn and go off very quickly and become like glue and not usable, whereas I can't use it anyway. Then I have a couple of products from Neod, which I ordered online and picked up in store in August. And I paid £7.99. They're worth 30ml, and it's the Neod Multi-Molecular Hyaluronic Complex. I've used a lot of these over the years, and it has different weights and sizes of hyaluronic acid, so it then can penetrate and act on different layers of the skin. So I really do like Neod, and I'm glad I have those 2 in. Finally, the final items I've got now are hair care. So I picked up a We Do mask, a hair mask. And because I've used this company, I've had one product, a leave-in overnight mask, and it was wonderful. So I thought I'd give this a try. I think it's worth around £28. I got this for around £7. I'm not sure this company, what's happening with this company, because it's a small brand. I hope it doesn't go under because their overnight masks are lovely, but I couldn't see any at TKMaxx. And then I ordered somewhere online at one of the official retailers, Olaplex number 3 jumbo size at 250ml. Which came out in the last year or so. I got this at discount for £30 instead of 52. But what I will say is I only get Olaplex from proper retailers because there are a lot of fakes coming in from China. And finally, the last one you may be interested in is from K18. Now, if you use K18, this is a mask for damaged hair. So if you've got sun damage, if you've bleached your hair, if you've highlighted, if you've dyed your hair with permanent dye, if you, what else? Sorry, I've just knocked you, sorry. If you've permed your hair, then your hair is likely to be damaged. This may help improve it. If you have got very good hair with very little or no damage, this probably won't do anything because it can only help with damage. So this one, unlike a lot of other treatments which can leave your hair brittle and dry, but they are good at a protein level, this actually does silken the hair. And if you put too much on, it's said it can make your roots, if it goes near the roots, greasy. Now, I have greasy roots, but I just pull a small amount, lather it in my hands and put it through the lengths of the hair. Once wet or slightly towel dried, after shampooing, leave it on for 4 minutes. After that, it stops working, and then you can condition, put conditioner directly on top and rinse the lot off after your mask or conditioner, whatever else you want to put on top. This does not stop your conditioner working. This is 150ml, which is a salon size, which only recently came out. I got this in July, and I think it had only been out earlier on this year. And this is, it says worth 100, but I generally see this retail at 120. Got this for £59. Remembering that the 50ml of this is £72. So you can imagine £72. That's 7, 24, 21. So it's like £210 or more for this size, mil for mil. So £60 is very good. I'm using a 50ml on the moment, and then I will go on to this. It is expensive, but for me it works. It works differently to. It works differently to Olaplex. I understand Olaplex works with the cross polymer bonds, and this works with the horizontal bonds in the hair. So they do two different things. You can use the system together. I use them. I can do, but I tend to use them at different washes. But they do complement one another. So they're all the items that I've picked up. I will do another video on the perfumes. I haven't bought very much, hands up, but I do have some that I will do in the next week or so perhaps. But I've also got my empties to do. But can I say thank you very much for watching, as I do appreciate that your time is valuable. Hopefully I shall see you very soon in another video. Otherwise, please take care of yourselves, and bye for now.